The cul-de-sac was too quiet now, a stillness that set Linda's nerves humming whenever she looked out her kitchen window. Rows of neat houses, manicured lawns, and the hollow emptiness left by the Thursday night book club, a ritual that should have been harmless, but now rested heavy on her conscience. Last spring, 4 women laughed around her island countertop, red wine deep in goblets, thrillers scattered with dog-eared corners. Linda had smiled and poured generous refills, masking her growing resentment behind fixed expressions. They judged her, she'd always known it. Audrey's condescending questions about Linda's homemade brownies, Maria's faux sympathy queries about Linda's husband working late again, June's probing eyes scanning her cluttered counters. It didn't matter if they liked the books. None of it mattered. She'd told the police it was the stalker, the man she'd invented to explain the strange feelings, the late-night phone calls she'd screamed about to her husband. She'd described him in detail, the hoodie, the way he watched from the shadows at the intersection, the boots that left muddy prints on their porch. No one really questioned a frightened woman with trembling hands and a voice thick with hysteria. The detectives came, took pictures, dusted for prints while Linda hyperventilated, dabbing at her temples with tissues. There were tapes, vague phone messages, a menacing letter, each one Linda composed herself with meticulous care. She'd even scraped rust beneath her nails to leave behind, staged muddy boot prints down the hall, carefully avoiding June's limp form slumped across the baseboards. The cider, laced with sleep aids, had left them sluggish and helpless. A knife in the darkness, faces erased of their superior smiles. Months passed, and the neighborhood retreated into quiet suspicion, the book club's disappearance becoming urban legend. Linda started seeing stray shadows in corners, the flicker of a gray hoodie near the edge of her vision. Imagined or not, neighbors tiptoed past her house, their eyes wide, their conversations clipped. Sometimes, Linda heard footsteps at night, someone pacing slowly in the attic above her bedroom, each thud making her heart clench. Was it guilt gnawing inside her, or had she manifested something much worse with all her careful lies? The phone rang, or maybe it never really did, but in the silence, she could swear she heard someone breathing on the line, matching her own ragged, terrified breaths. One evening, a book arrived at her doorstep, her own copy of the last book club selection, smeared with something dark, something not quite ink. Inside, there was a single handwritten phrase, "I know what you did." Linda stared at the note, the world narrowing to a pinpoint of dread. She pressed her forehead to cold glass, staring into the dusk-lit cul-de-sac, searching for the man she'd made up, praying that he wasn't real, and yet afraid he always had been. The doorbell rang. She froze. A shadow lingered behind the frosted glass, tall and silent. Linda opened her mouth to scream, but couldn't decide who the beast on the doorstep truly was, the monster outside, or the one already inside her own skin.